I just want to emphasize something that I stated in this previous video. I still stand by that. My belief is that climate change, one of the real agenda is to keep developing countries and emerging markets from rising up and overtaking the so-called first world nations and disturbing the pecking order. But another big thing, and I kind of touched on this a little bit, is that I also feel that global warming, global cooling, climate change, whatever you want to call it, that to come up with these arguments that some of these world events that we're saying are man-made or man-caused, I think that it's to take away from what you see with end-time prophecy in the Bible, eschatology, and the signs that we are in the last days. I mean, when you look at, I think not everything is necessarily of a biblical proportion, but when you see a lot of the things that are going on, like waters that are turning red for various different reasons, when you look at all the meteorites that have come down, particularly in Russia, these fireballs raining down from the heavens, just extreme weather events that some of the meteorologists and the scientists cannot really explain. I mean, the Bible is already explaining it for you. And as we see these things increase over the years, I think they're just going to try to get deeper and deeper into the climate change explanation, and only until certain things are going to be revealed, then will certain people, maybe not all, then it's going to be evident that this climate change explanation is just not legitimate. Also, when they were talking about that there might be an extinction of 1 million species of various different animals, maybe possibly plants. Well, we're living in a world that's in decay. We're living in a world that's in decline. Ever since the original sin, ever since the fall of man, going back to the Garden of Eden, the world has been in tumult. You even read about how during the millennial kingdom, the Shiloh kingdom, that animals aren't going to be killing each other anymore. Animals aren't going to be eating each other anymore because they're going to be eating off of the vegetation, including all of your predators and your carnivores like lions and tigers, bears, leopards, all that kind of thing. So if it explains it right there in the days to come, why should it be so hard to assume that in the Garden of Eden, when everything was peaceful, that it wasn't that way to begin with? That animals didn't hunt each other and kill each other. Animals ate what grew in the field and didn't have to rip their flesh apart. So it really shouldn't be a surprise. So as I'm doing, I encourage you all just to continue to study and to read, connect the dots, pay attention to the signals and the signs and the patterns, and don't go for the pseudoscience narrative that they're trying to paint about climate change. Okay, it's just a sign of things to come, and it's an indication that we're racing towards the end. But you shouldn't be fearful of anything, because our goal as a people should be making the kingdom and making the first resurrection. So until next time, Shalom.